Can't really. I don't know if we could talk to Konga, but I'm pretty sure he wanted that F smash for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's the adaptation.
Yeah.
He's baiting his opponent, conditioning his opponent so well. That's why he's got so many deep bracket runs.
The way it was playing was like Anyway, we're gonna get back to the set here with the music still playing, and they both are Galaxy.
Yeah! That's a good start to the set right there.
How in the world are we gonna be able to tell these two apart? What is this? One has the blue arms, one doesn't, I guess.
Yeah, JDV's running the black arms, RJW's running the blue arms.
Yeah, overall, let's see.
This is a bop going on. I'll
yeah,
give
it is
that.
a bop. It's just throwing me off a little bit.
It's okay. We're vibing here. It's a little silly up in the chili.
And getting it over here. What are they doing?
This is so
they really like
dude.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know who was who for a while. So.
One of them throws out a hydrant, and
God.
they both go for it. This is the goofiest thing I have seen in a while.
Do either of these two have any other characters that we can see them playing?
I don't think we're going to.
Nah.
I think this is a commitment all the way through. Come on.
Oh,
he catches the key. Let's go. And welcome to the Satellite Air Dashers who are joining us now as we get into this silly Pac-Man versus Pac-Man zoner matchup. I don't know if you guys were playing some Strive or something over there, but we are definitely not Soul Bad Guy anymore. It's not Kansas. It's all Pac-Man. It's all 1980s. And you're going to see a lot of charging, a lot of hydrant.
And a lot of I mean, let's think of all the bonus for here. The Bell obviously got the stun. The Galaga's got our good friend, a bunch of combos, and the key is just power. I don't know the rest of them. Apple seems to be pretty good. Melon is odd. Orange, I'm not sure. These two will know the bonus for way more than I do. And it'll be tough to keep track of all of them here. I guess the question is in a Ditto, because one of the things I like to do when I'm playing is kind of figure out what ranges I'm better at and what characters like to do with ranges. But when it's a Ditto and you both have the same exact ranges that you're the better at, what does it come down to? Who becomes like, who will win the set? It's not necessarily the better player, but like.
Well, then it gets to be a very interesting scenario where you're not looking at what are the character strengths and weaknesses. You start evaluating player strengths and weaknesses. So if one of these guys realizes, oh, my opponent is not very good at dealing with my zoning, they're going to want to go to a bigger stage.
Yeah, player habits, maybe comfort stage, you know. If someone plays a bunch of Elite and you play a lot of small battlefields, maybe you just go there. So
I'm glad that the players are having fun with this. Sometimes you've got to lean into the goofiness of your matchup.
The thing is, one of them, like, if you notice, JDV has been looking bored, and RJW is having
yeah, he's having the time of his life. That's the JDV duck face. I've talked to him about this. He wants to get rid of it. He doesn't even realize that he does it.
The duck face?
I call it the duck face, because he like kind of purses his lips and spreads them out. But he's having fun. I see a little bit of a smile in there.
Maybe he gets the UO, who knows, becomes a duck through and through. But otherwise, oh yeah, JDV's up. Sorry, I haven't.
Yeah, JDV is up an entire stock.
They've just kind of been like throwing stuff. It's kind of tough to tell, like, an advantage-wise, if anyone's doing things better here.
There's been no big combos. The place where JDV is getting all of this extra damage is in these little scrambles. When they're throwing the fruits together at each other or things like that. He was the one who pressed the trigger on the forward air with just the right timing. That time he gets 2. Gives himself a little bit of stage control, and yeah, you're resetting, but JDV's just winning those more often.
I think in those, when they both charge the projectiles, I've noticed JDV has been really good at playing around the hydrants. Like, right here.
Oh, speaking
yeah,
of.
The hydrant disappears, gets hit by the bell, and just now has the bell back.
And RJW doesn't have one out. Finally, he does get it out. It was grabbable. Instead, it gets double parried. But it gives JDV another little bit of a momentum.
Like, JDV it almost feels like he has experience with this. I don't know how often these two play each other. But, like, this shouldn't be that common of a matchup for the Ditto.
Yeah, definitely not.
It seems like JDV seems to understand so far, and, like, is using, like, the melon in a way.
I want to see an Earl's Melon kill.
Throws the orange, parries the bell, just why not? These scramble situations definitely have been going in JDV's favor. Just has kind of been on the front foot this whole time.
Nice
Doesn't, again, no real big like conversions. It's just been like hit after hit, and you know RJW is at 176.
There it is. The amount of time, I was holding my breath for like 30 seconds there. The amount of time that RJW spent trying to find that opening. He does get his kill, but unfortunately it's not enough as JDV takes the first game. But these guys are having a blast, and that's great to see.
I mean, they're just yapping right now in the middle of the set.
Got to yap it up a little bit.
I mean, I don't know how a Pac-Man Ditto is not something you see every day. You know, very unique to our the PNW.
I feel like we're just going to PS2 this entire set.
I mean, what else would you do, really?
This is where your comfort stages get to come out. Thank goodness that they're sticking with the same colors. That would have been way too much to follow. So once again, black armbands is going to be JDV and blue is RJW. Shout out to production as well for getting that sorted so quickly and catching it up even on the graphic on the top.
Are these two just having a laugh at this point? Like, what are we doing here? I think they have like a mutual agreement to just let each other charge the first stock. Like,
it gives me flashbacks to Smash 4 with Cloud Limit.
Oh yeah, because you never ran out of limit in that game, huh?
So at the beginning of the game, they'd both just sit there, and whoever dashed in to stop the other person from charging first was at a disadvantage. So you're better off just both charging up, and then you go in.
Wait, why would they not?
Because you get less charge at the beginning.
Oh.
And you're not really getting stage control because they can react and just, like, play the neutral.
Where in the world did the Galaga go? The Galaga in the water just...
Back to space.
Yeah. Try throwing out the bell. I'm not sure how that bell trajectory works exactly. It kind of like bounces down and then up.
Yeah, you got to triangulate. It's your geometry class.
Look,
Use your Sokotoa.
Oh my god. I did math in college. I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
You big Sokotoa fan?
I was more of the big algebra, PEMDAS, you know,
we love PEMDAS.
quadratic formula fan.
Don't tell me you're one of those guys who's floating around that multiply, divide picture on Twitter. Which one comes first?
No, actually, that actually does remind me. One of the biggest issues I have with like those divide memes, like, oh, what is the actual answer? Is because you never actually divide like that in math. You always just use a fraction.
Right, it's ambiguous.
Yeah, it's ambiguous for the sake of being ambiguous.
Man, they really put two math nerds on the mic at the same time. This is not good. We got to pivot back before it gets too far. And JDV with the key to how we are going to pivot back, taking that first stock. Now both of them throwing those Galaxians for the one hit. They won't want to get their opponent the ability to re-grab it. It limits your combo potential, but it gives you better defensive escape options off of it.
That combo we saw might have legitimately been the biggest combo we've seen this set.
Okay.
Wow,
okay.
what are we doing here?
RJW, you got to start teching those.
This just feels like, at this point, it's like, because these two are like both Pac-Man players, it's just becoming a battle of aerials, and it seems like JDV has the advantage there.
Look, even if this does end up being a 3-0 on JDV's side, he's the player with more accolades. He's the person who's seeded to be expected to win this. It becomes a great learning experience for someone like RJW to get to play a tournament set against a Pac-Man of his caliber.
I mean, right now, it's, if you look at this back, it's a lot of fun, these things. You know, just, again, like I said, 3 F-tilts and good grabs, waiting it out, you know.
And figuring out how are you utilizing those tools, the timing of those tools, the decision-making of those tools to exemplify that Fundy's game plan.
I've noticed a little bit of a shift. We're still seeing a lot of Pac-Man stuff, but it definitely feels like the first game was a lot more like crazy stuff. This game feels a little bit more like, I'm going to say normalized almost. So I'm sure these two want to just have some fun after a while. It's pretty late.
Bro really saw this and said normalized. That's crazy.
I mean, for ultimate standards. Now,
Bro's
okay,
got 2 bells.
Never mind.
Come on now.
Oh, the strawberry doesn't
Where did the strawberry come from in that? There were 2 bells.
What is going on? I'm so
what
sorry.
What just happened?
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I was completely wrong. Never mind, these two have gone back to their chaos. What? What? I thought the game was going to crash for a hot second.
Hit him with the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle on that one.
Like, did you see the whole screen started vibrating for a little bit? Anyway, JDV trying to, like, just finish this off here. Again, that was a fantastic back air. Throwing out the bell here. I can't even say, like, why JDV is just doing better here. Like, I'm not a top player. But it just seems like it's working out well for him. Even he's smiling now. Even he's cracked.
I think you were on the money earlier when you mentioned the word fundies. A lot of it is like they'll both jump at each other, and JDV will get the timing more right on when to throw out the forward air. Or he'll get the tech chase on RJW. Or in those funky scrambles where they've both got bells, he's the one who internalizes what's going on and makes a better decision coming out of the cage.
I guess it's a great way is if we had a side bracket where you couldn't press the B button, I think
oh, you remember that in Melee? One button smash?
One button smash. Man, imagine if we did Rishi's Jungle Jam in Ultimates, like in a version of Rishi.
I'm down. Run it.
I'm so down for that. Okay, as always. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
One of them decided to break it this time. I think it might have been RJW.
Yeah, he went for the Earl's Melon there. I respect the idea.
You're down 2-0. You got to take all the stops. I understand.
Yeah, try something. Definitely pull out the best move in the game. We love the Earl's Melon around here.
Great catch. Great up air. That was, like, this is what I mean. It's just like, he's like catching every part here, and once a Hail Mary, not a Hail Mary, a little bit of hero up smash there.
Yeah, I might need some Bonnie Tyler in his ears right now. We were talking about music earlier. That might be the answer because he definitely needs a hero.
Is anyone, I know one of...
Bro, what is a Z-drop melon?
It's funny, I've just realized R&M is a Pac-Man player. They all have 3-letter tags. R&M, RJW, and
It's
JDV.
an efficiency thing.
I guess
these guys are old school. Bonk.
I don't know if RJW is that old school. He looks pretty young, but...
Both of these guys are pretty young. But RJW does get the first stock there. He got a great call out with the bell, reading JDV's neutral getup, good punish, and now this is his opportunity to strut his stuff. He gets to determine the game plan. He gets to force JDV to come in.
I mean, no one wants to get 3-0'd in a Ditto, so at this point...
It does feel bad, yeah.
Yeah, I think RJW is kind of like, you know, he's locked in a little bit.
I don't think you're fighting for a character color, but you're definitely fighting for some pride here. Great DI from RJW. That's big.
Wow, great up. Galaga, too, to kind of like give the hammer a little bit. But JDV just kind of frame trapped him. You know, ran out of space there. Only 68. I still think JDV can very easily bring this back. But now RJW starting to get his setups a little bit, proving why he deserves to be in loser semis here.
Yeah, he's holding his own incredibly well, especially in this game. Great parry grab from JDV. That is a crucial aspect of this matchup. You can do that against the bell as a defensive option and give yourself a free advantage state.
Keep in mind, there's also another factor coming into play. Wow, as we see a crazy side B from JDV.
Again, like, turn your offense into defense.
I mean, RJW like was in winners and now lost one set and is in danger of losing a second in a row.
It does feel very bad to lose two in a row.
Yeah, getting from winners semi to 5th is always a pretty rough one. I mean, I think the only one would be winners quarters to 9th as well. Those two are always rough. Right now playing, yeah, these two are playing much more cautious, I want to say. JDV trying to get this back, and RJW just really wants this kill here.
That coverage was so good from RJW. The hydrant going off the ledge so he can't just sit there. The bell covering neutral get up and jump, and then he himself with the nair covering roll.
JDV wanted to see a call out of an option here, but doesn't get it with the key. Gets enough time to get another bell.
Oh, you're dead.
It doesn't matter. Wasn't, you know, I think he's... From what I've seen, JDV is an extremely smart player who can keep an eye, but everyone has their limits. It looks like he just wasn't keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to follow in this matchup, that is for sure. JDV has an opportunity to get himself back in. Once again, no tech, but RJW, he does the gimmer. He just get-up attacks.
The gimmer get-up attacks. I like that. Ooh, has their item. I wonder. You know, they're doing a good job keeping track of who has the other person's item. Well.
And right now we're seeing JDV kind of fishing for kills a little bit to his detriment. Once you get into that point where you're just like throwing out crazy bells, throwing out keys, it gets to be pretty risky, and RJW does go down, but he got a lot of percent off beforehand because of that.
Yeah, this has definitely been the best game we've played, but now pressure's on. Remember, this is it. You know, JDV knows it, and like, we can see a pretty big conversion. We haven't seen any massive conversion so far this set, but we can definitely see that come up. Right with the hydrant here, and the Galaga, and just like that, now RJW has a little pressure on him. He's in the orange, and just one away from being in the red here. But in the corner here is JDV, but throws out the bell.
No! I think he wanted a Z drop, maybe messed up the angle.
Yeah, he wanted a kill shot there. I could definitely tell, but just, I guess, wasn't prepared for it, or just might have faltered.
Yeah, he just got a little fumbly there. The idea was there. This is a terrifying scenario.
And RJW's cracked again. Both of them are smiling now because they both
know. Shield wiggle.
Oh,
JDV pulls the trigger first. That gives RJW an opportunity.
Mass destruction here.
He drops it. That's huge.
Goes for up tilt here, tries to get the conversion. A great bear. JDV's bears have been amazing this set.
Tragic RNG. Is the Earl's Melon going to be the fruit that closes this out?
Throws
No,
out
JDV.
the Bell. One at Galaga, one at Bell right now.
I've seen this before. This time, both of them lose the fruits, and the tech does come out from RJW, but JDV gets it anyway.
Tries to go for another bear there. Great patience by, I think, RJW, but JDV up Bs. I'm not even sure who's who at this point.
It's a little get off me. It's okay. We're going to slow it down. We're back in the Bell game plan.
Oh,
but JDV, what was that? What? I just assumed that was a misinput instead of going for
I
the...
think it was a misinput. He just recovered very well, in my opinion.
That was crazy.
I am pretty sure he accidentally dash attacked and it was like, oh shoot, and then just was like, okay, cool, we'll up air.
Wait, I gotta know.
That was a misinput dash attack, right?
Was that a misinput at the end? Okay, that was a misinput.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Bro.
If it was intentional.
I need to see that on instant replay. Thankfully, we're going to here. JDV crawled that back. It was so close. RJW managed to set himself up a win condition beautifully. He had the pressure on JDV, but he just couldn't find that bell placement.
I mean, what a set. We've been seeing some very fun sets. I mean, this was a 3-0 to be fair, but it was a very fun
great 3-0.
And honestly, considering it was Pac-Man and I wasn't sure, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, my voice is very hoarse, and I don't know how long I'll last, but...
Sliding into the DMs. You got some water over there, my guy?
Let me grab some
That's a great way to start. Yeah. Huge fan of water out here, and a huge fan of this tournament. Take a look at this bracket here. Smash Ultimate at Evergreen, Rising Beyond. Loser semis is now solidified as Konga versus JDV. And on winners finals, we also have sitting 2 more PNW Classics, Jojo da Hobo and Ryan. 2 more